Derek McBeath is 43. He has alcoholic liver disease, but he's not an alcoholic. He used to drink a couple of cans of lager a night at home and a bottle of wine or two at the weekend. He drank like many of us do, and it's killing him. Alcohol is cheaper and easier to buy in Britain than ever before, and we need it for Dutch courage, for oiling the wheels of business, for going out and letting go, for staying in and winding down. In England alone, over 9 million of us drink more than the recommended limit of 14 units a week. That's 7 pints. Derek is being treated at the Specialist Liver Unit in London's Royal Free Hospital. Most of the patients here drink out of habit rather than addiction.
Certainly not a pub person or a nightclub eat or anything like that. It was always at home. I would sit down, enjoy the flavour and the effect, just to relax, wind down for the night. I woke up one morning and felt incredibly sick, and ended up throwing up a huge blood clot and immediately dialed 999.
You must have been very surprised to find out you had liver disease.
Shocked. I think it's the right word, not surprised. You think to yourself, the liver is a self-repairing organ.
Derek gave up alcohol easily as soon as he was diagnosed last summer, but it was too late. Binge drinking in his teens and 20s, combined with steady drinking in his 30s, had led to irreversible damage. His only chance of surviving is a liver transplant.
The liver edge should be very smooth, but this is jagged and irregular, and that's a sign of cirrhosis, really. When the liver starts to affect other organs, that's when you really have end-stage liver disease. So when the liver goes, the brain can go, the kidneys can be affected, this fluid can build up in the abdomen.
Since his liver failed, Derek has had 11 litres of fluid drained from him. Less than a year ago, he considered himself a casual drinker. You don't have to be an alcoholic to get liver disease.
The vast majority of people who get liver disease are not alcoholics at all. The majority of people are just people who drink a bit too much. Your average middle-class person who de-stresses with some wine at the end of the day. Actually very common for people to drink that much unwittingly. 25% of the UK population drink above guidance.
If you're one of those 25%, there's no way of knowing if you're doing permanent damage.
What causes some people to get liver disease and not others is again a really hot topic. We haven't unravelled the whole story.
Why can't we shake our drinking habits? Why is alcohol such an important part of our culture? Maybe lunchtime drinkers in this London pub can tell me.
It's not even 1 o'clock yet, and this pub is completely full. There's not a free seat anywhere. Why do you think British people drink the way that we drink? Why do you drink?
Enjoy the taste of beer.
Is it a bonding thing?
Yeah, bonding and an enabler, I think. Because I don't think we'd have just gone and sat down in our office and chatted.
The kids are in bed, my husband's at work, usually in the evening, and I put a film on and I open a bottle of wine, and I feel instantly better.
I get the impression that we need it in certain situations. It's kind of expected.
I wouldn't feel comfortable getting up to dance, as an example, because I can't dance unless I've had a couple of drinks.
There was a guy who I used to hang around with who never drank. We all looked at him thinking, why are you not drinking? We're all going out, getting hammered.
Okay, there's a risk in drinking. You may increase your chances of getting liver disease or whatever it is, some forms of cancer. But it increases your utility of having a nice life.
Alcohol-related admissions to North, Central and East London hospitals are doubling every 6 years, and they're getting younger.
I remember even back in 86, 87 admitting a young woman who was 27 years old with alcoholic liver disease, and we were just completely shocked. No one had ever seen somebody present at the age of 27. Nowadays, of course, we see that all the time. There are two types of patients that we see. We see those who are psychologically dependent and those who are very much physically dependent. You might have the person who watches a football game always has a few cans of lager and they can't enjoy the football game without those cans of lager. So there's almost people don't trust you in a social situation if you're not drinking with them. There's a big cultural problem that there's a stigma against people that don't drink.
It's something Andy knows well. He grew up seeing the effect of alcoholism on his family and has never touched a drop.
There's various ways in which you can be excluded as a non-drinker. Sometimes it can happen explicitly. We want to drink, so let's just go out, just us guys, and let's not invite Andy tonight. And then I think there are all the subtle implicit ways, so party invitations that are all about how wrecked we're going to get. It affects my friendships with men more than anything else. If you're not drinking, it feels like the burden of proof is on you to really say why. And that's
To justify it.
To justify it, yeah.
What do you think it is about us Brits that makes us give alcohol such an important role in our lives?
There just aren't a lot of alternatives. So if you wanted to go out on Friday night and you wanted to not drink, where would you go? You could go to the cinema or the theatre, but these are dark spaces where you're looking forward rather than talking to the person next to you. It's not like Paris, a lot of cafes close very early. Part of the reason I think the British drink so much is because there's very little alternative means of pleasure besides that, I think.
Behaviour that seems ordinary, even mundane in Britain, is leading to an almost unmanageable burden on the NHS.
Let's say you've just invented alcohol as a new drug and you're presenting it to the MHRA or the European Medicines Association, say, I've got this great new drug. And they say, okay, what does it do? They say, well, it increases your blood pressure, increases your fasting cholesterol, it increases your risk of diabetes, it increases your risk of liver disease, of cancers, it increases your risk of having a stroke. And you go, yes? Is there anything good about the drug? And you go, well, actually, if you drink it in really small amounts every day, it probably reduces your risk of dying prematurely from heart disease. We get confusing messages about how good alcohol is for us. But actually, there are no benefits, or very few benefits from alcohol.
Derek was unlucky to get liver disease. Most people who drink 35 units a week, like he did, don't get so ill. But that's no comfort to him or his family.
I have self-inflicted damage without thinking about the ones that care and love me and the effects of my actions on them. One of our 10-year-olds said to me in the car, can I not give you my liver so you could be better? That's something, even now I find difficult to live with.
It's 8 a.m. A motorcyclist has been knocked off his bike in traffic. He's rushed into the accident and emergency unit at Royal Stoke University Hospital.
Fucking hell.
Hey, Steve.